I think I want to talk about this new deck of Fate that just came out. Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Before we get started, I want to clear up one very important thing. I actually already recorded an entire video dedicated to this topic, but then I realized that my editor is going to have to put in one of the ads for the link code in the description, and I didn't want a video like that to have an ad in it. So we're going to make a video that I had intended to make about the deck of Fate, but I still want to address this issue now. So to my editor, put the ad thing after what I'm about to say. So there were a lot of comments today about my most recent shard pull video being clickbait, and I just want to clear up a few things. One person in the comments asked why I opened up a void shard. I did not open up a void, or why it looked like I got a void legendary in the intro. I didn't. This is the original video. This is the raw footage, and if you watch this, you can see there's no editing here, right? No zoom in, nothing. Okay, if you go back and watch that, please let me pause this, where I'm saying please they're zoomed in on me. You can see Wixwell's weapon right on the corner of the frame there, frame out. But yeah, it's not a void shard. I pulled it from the prism shard. It was in the video as a prism shard. Like, there was no deception there, guys. I understand that why you might think that. Perhaps next time, you know, we can mention to the editor, like, to show the type of shard that it is or something. Specifically, I have one in mind. But I think they were, you know, just trying to capture the exciting part and not the boring chit-chatty part. So it is what it is, right? But I just wanted to clarify that thing, that there isn't, it wasn't any deception. It was a prism crystal. If you go, in fact, just to put them kind of side by side here. So this is the moment in the video where it's the prism crystal. And if I back this up just a little bit, I can't get them quite exact, but you can really see that that, you know, look at this and this and this and this. Like, they're not exact because the timing is a little bit different, but you can clearly see that what I'm opening is the same. Like, if you go look at this big guy here, it turned, you know, I don't know if this is one frame earlier or one frame after, but you can still clearly see if you put them side by side, that they were using the pull as it was. They weren't showing a void shard pull behind me and just keeping my face or anything like that. So there was no like deliberate deception there. As for the title of the video, and that was my idea, I made a joke in the video later and being like, well, I pulled a game changer, and I said, and I thought I was being funny, and I told my editor, hey, there's a moment in the video where I said I'm pulling a game changer. Why don't you put that in the title? Thinking I was being funny, and apparently it came across as clickbait. Not trying to clickbait you guys, just trying to be funny. I apologize. I will try to do better in the future, but I wanted to address that. I wanted to take ownership of it, not deflect, not try to blame anybody else. This was all me just trying to be funny, and it came across as I guess clickbait. So I try to avoid that. Every now and then there's a disconnect between me and my editor and something becomes clickbait, and usually I'll, you know, and it hasn't happened for a very long time because I think editor and I are on the same page here. But you know, I'm just trying to play the YouTube game, guys, and I thought it would be funny, and that's what we got. So again, my apologies, but I just want to be very clear that there was no intentional deception other than the fact that I said game changer in the video and I wanted it in the title because I did pull a game changer. I just happen to have 3 of them now. So it is what it is. Okay, moving on. Listen up. I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. All right, so I wanted to talk today about the Adventure Deck of Fate that's going on right now. I hadn't been paying much attention to the news. I've seen a few videos about it, talking about it. I kind of wanted to give this a little bit of a shout out. Look, I'm sure people are not going to like this event. I'm sure people are going to look at these rewards and say, right? That being said, I think if you are a newer account, this is not the worst thing to go for. I'm gonna be honest. That's how I feel. I really believe that. Now, do I think you need to clear the whole board? No. But I think that if you're playing this game, I think you should continue actively playing the game, leveling champions, doing dungeons, and collecting guaranteed 6-star rewards from a set that is rather hard to get because we can't get it anymore, right? The event dungeon is kaput. So the fact that you can now level up some stuff, which you're going to want to do anyways, run some dungeons, which some of you might still want to do anyways, and get extra rewards on top of that in a gear set that's hard to get. Now, could you get all flat stat boots? Yeah, you could. I mean, not really. That's not going to happen. But you could get bad rolls from this. You could get bad gear. That's why I'm saying don't invest everything into this, right? Like, I'm not spending my whole gem count to try and gather this. I don't know if the points are worthwhile. Like, I don't know if you could justify the grinding, you know, on a 40 points for a rank 6 mythical or ranking up type stuff. Like, honestly, I just don't know. Like, I'm not going to run the numbers and the math on it as far as energy goes. What I'm saying is if you're going to be doing these things anyway, you might as well do them now and collect on the extra rewards. Is this as good of a reward as you'd see from a champion training event? No. Is it as good of a reward as you would see from dungeon divers? Probably not. But it is more stuff that you could get for your account. And like, if I still had my free-to-play accounts, I would be grinding for this. I would be using all of my energy while this is active, even running overnight using RSL Helper to generate these rewards, because this stuff is not the easiest to get, especially on my free-to-play. My free-to-play, I don't think could have done the event dungeon at a high level. And furthermore, this is one of my favorite ones because we have the pinning feature. And I think the pin feature is very, very valuable because you can guarantee, provided you run enough dungeons and or champion training, to get one of the chests. I would almost always pin the epics, right? You pull an epic, you pin it, you keep pulling until you get 3, and you pin all those epics. And once you do, you can collect a pretty good reward. 300 gems. Think about, I mean, that's probably refunding a lot of the energy that you may have used to get here. An Immortal Soulstone, pretty dang good in my opinion. A Primal Shard is incredibly good in my opinion. And a mythical book? You gotta be kidding me. That's awesome, right? I think the worst one in here is probably Chaos War, but I don't value that very high. Eternal Soul Essence is very hard to come by as well, so I wouldn't be upset if I was to get that. But I wanted to give a perspective on this for new players, for, you know, mid-game or even early late game players. I want to do this one, right? Because I'm not spending anything like super valuable. I'm just spending my energy. I'm not spending shards. I'm not spending soul stones. I'm just using energy, and I can use it wherever I want. If I want to use it in champion training, I can do that. If I want to use it with dungeon diving, I can do that too. You know, it may be a lot of energy to do it, but again, I'm not telling you to clear this board. I'm just saying that think of this, instead of looking at it as like this event sucks, think of it as just it's extra stuff. It's free stuff that you get on top of playing Raid Shadow Legends, which you would probably already have been doing anyways. So yeah, for me, I'm intrigued, and I'm probably going to do it. I've got 366 energy right now. Probably going to set up some dungeons and have it run overnight. Not Minotaur, of course, but I could see myself, you know, that's the only 2x right now, so. But I could see myself, you know, doing Spider for silver, probably maybe even Fire Knight if I'm still looking for some Savage gear. So I wanted to give a different perspective on it because I think it's important to understand that while events maybe are not super crazy good, it doesn't mean that they're bad, right? Is this an event that I'm going to be like going crazy for on my main account and be like cheering and praising and going crazy? No, like I'm not jumping out of my seat over it, but this was by far one of my all-time favorite events that we got on my original free-to-play. And I don't know if I can find the video again. Don't have the energy to go look it up, to be completely honest with you guys. I remember very early on, we had, I don't remember, was it Slayer gear? I don't remember what the gear was, but we had an opportunity to get gear from an early deck of Fate on the original free-to-play, and that was so game-changing for me. So if you're using that link in my description and starting an account right now, get to grinding, spend all that energy over today, over tomorrow, do what you can to flip as many of these cards as you can and potentially get yourself some good gear, some good, like, just think about that for a second. If you started an account today and you could get 6-star epic or above gear, like, even if it's flat stat, it's probably useful for you at this point if you're 1 or 2 days into an account and you're going to be champion training your champions anyways right now. So yeah, I think this is really, really good for new players, and I wanted to make sure that it got a shout out. So yeah, that's gonna be my video for today, guys. Again, when it comes to clickbait stuff, I think I've said everything I need to say, but I'm not, you know, trying to be deceptive. I thought I was being clever and funny. Apparently not. You know, it is what it is. But thank you guys for watching. If you are new here, a very weird one to start, but please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support my channel. You've seen kind of what I am like as a person. I try to be direct. I try to be a good person, right? So that's what you'll get from content on my channel. So maybe consider clicking that button. But otherwise, just thank you for watching, and I hope I see all of you in the next video. Take care.